Hi, art friends. Mr. Brown here. You are looking at my paper right now. I just tried to have another Zoom call that failed. I don't know if it's my internet connection or Zoom or what, but I have had so many bad Zoom calls over this quarantine. I've literally lost count, and it's really frustrating. So I am going to start just relying on recording these YouTube videos first, so I have something to send you immediately if we're on a Zoom call together and it fails, then at least we can have a backup plan. This is a backup plan for Mrs. Golick's class, who just was supposed to be drawing with me, but unfortunately my computer stopped working. So we're going to be drawing a really cool kind of duck. I know that sounds funny, but I saw it again that same exact day I saw the pileated woodpecker. I also saw this thing right next to it, and it's called a hooded Merganser. It's really weird sounding and it's really weird looking. So it's perfect. It is a duck and it has a really big, huge plume or pileation, which we learned from the woodpecker, on top of its head. It just means it has like a big, poofy tuft of hair up here. So we're going to start with the eye shape like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to go right next to it and we're going to draw a sideways U shape or a backwards C shape, okay? And it should be about spaced this far. This is going to be for the top of its beak. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw out and then down, and then we're going to draw this. Okay, so just like that. Anything you can do. I did the little backward C shape, and then I did a little line down. Now for the bottom of the beak, really slowly, really careful. Just bring that here, and then just kind of hook that around a little bit more. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to draw a little circle right here. If you can fit it, if you can't fit it, just put a dot. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make that head shape, and it's really, really exaggerated. It almost doesn't even look real. We're going to go up like this. We're going to go out, and then we're going to go all the way around like this, and we're going to stop right about there. Okay, I know this seems kind of crazy, but this is actually how big its hair is, and it's called the Hooded Merganser because this almost makes it look like a hood. Now, these animals are really beautiful looking because they have this big white patch right here. And this is all white, and then the rest of its head is black, and its eye is like this really bright yellow shape. Okay, now from here, we're going to come down, make a little kind of cheek right here, if you can almost imagine it like that, and then a line for the neck. This will come around and we'll make another line just coming this way for the neck. So you can almost imagine this goes around to the chest of the bird, and then this goes back into the wing. And we're going to draw this bird or this duck inside of water. So we're actually really not that far from the end of this drawing video. So we're right here. And then we're really simply just going to bring a line starting from this dot, and we're going to end it over around this dot. And the line is just going to be one big kind of stretched out rainbow shape for the wing. And then towards the end, we're just going to make its little tail feathers, but they're very long and they can almost be kind of messy like that. And then we'll come right back down to the bottom for where the water will meet the duck. So now you can just kind of make a wave, ripples, kind of a wavy line. Okay. But now we have most of the body of the duck and then its head. And what's left is adding the really cool details to its body. Now it's striping, you can really only see in color, but it's like a mix of like blues and browns and black and white. And the black and white is really, really like a pure bright white and a really dark, deep black color. So we'll add this down here. It's got all these really cool stripes and patterns. And then what we'll do is we'll copy that line, and then we'll go straight across like this and then down. this kind of shows where the wing stops and the belly starts, okay? So what we'll do to show that this is kind of the wing up here, we'll do some kind of zigzaggies. And then up here, we'll do some zigzags the same way, kind of this direction. And then you can kind of make the lines for the wings. They don't have to be perfect. They can be kind of messy like mine are. Yeah. And then the base, this is like this brown area. You can kind of just do some straight lines to just show the fur or the fuzz down there. Okay. Now, these are really cool ducks, and the drawing is about done. When you see them in the wild, when they are not trying to kind of intimidate their prey or whatever they're looking at, they're not prey, they're not predators, but when they're trying to intimidate someone that is trying to eat them, they'll make their head really, really big up here, and it will make it look almost like a big giant eye, and it'll scare away their prey. And when they're relaxed, this actually kind of folds down like this, and this becomes just kind of like a white stripe that goes like the side of their head. So if you see it, you might not see it like this, fully bloomed like that, but you might see a little stripe. And that's where I didn't even know if I saw a hooded merganser, because I had to look into it. I had to find out, because when I saw it, it was just this little teeny stripe right here, not this big kind of almost like a seashell shape up here. It was just this little tiny stripe. So I didn't know what I was looking at. I had to do some research. And once I did some research on the local ducks in this area, especially around Onondaga Lake Park, where I saw it, I discovered that this hooded merganser was probably the closest looking duck in this area to what I actually saw. So pretty cool. And I thought it was a pretty easy and fun to do drawing. I'm really sorry, Mrs. Golick's class, that we weren't able to connect today. But you know what? Stuff happens, and us artists, we figure out a way to make it up, right? So I hope you have an awesome day, and thank you for tuning in.